Friday was a dead body right here on 76 between Wabash and Michigan in the alley. Still stolen right there too. Wow, cut right there. Body right there.
What's going on? It's about Life in the Shot. I'm your host, Don Washington. That was July 19th, 7600 block of South of Michigan. Jocelyn Fikes. She was 34 years old, according to the legal help firm. Other female, 53, was also wounded, and the gunman turned the gun on himself. However, he's in critical condition. That's why they're calling it attempted. All right, I'm going to bring you guys the story. I'm going to also bring you guys Reverend Robert Hood of the Greater Rock Missionary Baptist Church, July 21st. His grandson, Rashawn Hood, was shot on 1200 block of West 81st Street in Albert Gresham. I'm going to bring you guys that particular story. I'm going to also talk about, and I bring you guys this every time I talk about a domestic. It happens way too often. You gotta check out the signs, young ladies, young men, increased loss of temper, frequent physical fighting, stuff like that. Because it was a lot of red flags in that particular case this morning. Reverend Robin Hood, Father Flager, a lot of activists came out to give a press conference. One of the things Reverend Robin Hood was saying in this video is the code of silence in our community is crazy. Once upon a time on my grandmother's block, everybody sat out on their porches and they watched everything on in that neighborhood, where everyone went, who came and went. Everybody grew up together. They knew everyone. Now it's a total different story. They're offering a $10,000 reward. They're saying they're not going to stop at anything. So the guy who took that footage was Martin G. Johnson. If you guys did not know, Martin G. Johnson actually is a personal friend of mine. Me and him came up filming in 2016 together. Anyway, I'm proud of that brother. Make sure you guys go to Martin G. Johnson, The Crime Chase on Facebook and YouTube. He's also, I think, on Instagram, Martin G. Johnson. But anyway, this particular story is going to read that the gunman, now she's 34 years old. This article is going to say a 32-year-old woman. So he's a verbal altercation. He shot at the 32-year-old. He hit her in the abdomen and the 53-year-old in the abdomen. Jocelyn Fikes did not make it, and they're saying she's believed to be his ex-girlfriend. All right, they're not announcing who the 53-year-old is. I'm not sure exactly who she was, but it had nothing to do with. I don't understand how you hit somebody innocent. Both people were innocent, but But anyway, they're not releasing officially releasing his identity, but he's believed to turn a self-gunshot wound to the head. However, he's in critical condition. All right. So I want to bring you guys that story, this story. I'm going to bring you guys, look at this baby. He's only 16 years old. All right. They're going to say the Cook County Medical's Office, Rashawn Hood, was pronounced following the shooting in Albert Gresham Friday night. Happened around 10:15 p.m. where they heard gunshot, where he's sustained to a gunshot wound to the chest. I'm going to bring you guys out there. If you guys watched that new Jamie Foxx movie, They Cloned Tyrone, I found that to where when they had cameras everywhere and they said, look at the targeted areas. Look at the targeted areas that they are watching and their experiment. This is not a spoiler. I'm not going to tell what happened in the movie. But just like The Purge, just like They Cloned Tyrone, they had a room where they watching, where they had a certain experiment. Right? And they were watching them cameras. And they were looking at their experiment. And everywhere in the city of Chicago, there's, on every corner, there's cameras. And every one of these, most of these homicides are what? Unsolved. And they're not releasing those cameras. Nobody knows who's watching those. I did a video where there was a camera hacked and everybody, the video was leaked and everybody watched that footage. And lo and behold, the next day they caught the person. At first they said, oh, we don't know who did it. That camera was hacked. The video was put out there, and all of a sudden they said, "Oh, yeah, we do know who did it." Next day, dude was caught, and the footage was clear as day. It wasn't. It's 4K. 4K meaning the camera footage. Sometimes it may be HD, but this footage looked like 4K. Ladies, on another note, on a domestic, make sure you guys pay attention to this. If you're dating someone, this is critical. This is critical. If you're with somebody that's constantly increasing risk behavior, driving 150 on the highway, announcing threats to plan to hurt others, drug usage, history of mental violence. Also look at family structure, family history, physical fighting. It may not even be you. It could be somebody else. But pay attention to those signs, y'all, young ladies. All right, I want to bring you guys. I want to show you guys some of the footage from this particular reverend. Watch what he says about the violence, the code of silence. Listen.
Community to tell on who did this. Your son, your daughter, they are a murderer now. And one thing about a murderer is like a dog. If it tastes the blood, it'll do it again. In other words, that person is capable of committing another murder. That's the only way we can stop this cycle of violence. We got to tell on the murderers. It's hugely important. Guess what? Our lives depend on it. Because if they'll shoot somebody, they'll shoot you in your house. Because it's an evil spirit.
Yeah, let me tell y'all something. So many people, man, in our communities, I am so tired of us turning the other cheek, looking the other way. Let me tell y'all something, man. And people, I even had this debate where people was like, oh, that was a youngster on my block, hoodied up at 85 degrees. Yo, young homie, who are you? Why are you out here? There's only one reason. And people say, oh, that was kind of discriminatory. No, it's not discriminatory at 85 degrees. At 50 degrees, yes, I'm out there with a hoodie on with you. But at 85 degrees, there's no reason you're out there with a hoodie except to conceal your identity, and the neighborhood needs to get active. Nobody comes outside, looks, nobody cares. Everybody is inside their crib. They don't see anything, they ain't heard nothing. And a crime happened, nobody says nothing. But what he's saying is that it can knock on your door. Now you want somebody to speak up. But I even went to a crime scene. Lady, the police knocked on this lady's door. She said, oh, they knocked on my door. But I'm not telling them this. I said, oh, yo, this happened in front of your house. You mean to tell me you don't think it can knock on your door? And then you want somebody else to speak up. We really need to stop that. We need to stop it and be proactive before it happens.
All right.
And it's $10,000.
That's the full reward for now. But my faith, part of my hope, is what God said. Let justice roll down like a mighty river.
All right, he's also going to speak upon, he has
and I've been that way consistently for 25 years. Now, if you want to turn yourself in, I'll help nurses, working people that got killed right here in this city.
Just one more question. I know you said blood has been shed at this intersection before, that this has been a trouble spot. Would you like anything done about that? Are you calling that
trouble spot?
Well, you got
trouble spot. That's why they got a camera right there. But guess what? You ain't gonna see that camera. You ain't gonna see that footage. Footage was right. Camera was right there. For those of you who didn't see it. Camera's right there. Camera is right there. And I do that a lot. I used to go to every single one of these homicides, pull up the street, and right there, camera sitting right there. And some of the homicides, nobody said nothing. Most of them still unsolved, and nobody's gonna say anything. Anyway, appreciate everybody sending me stories. Make sure you go to YouTube, go to My Life in the Shy, My Life in the CHI. Peace, y'all.
City on fire. Ooh. my life in the shy. Ooh, it's my life in the shy.